Welcome everybody. Thank you again for joining. This is our community forum. For those that haven't joined before, this is our joint forum that we do with ourselves from Urban and Civic and also the Wintringham Residents Association. At the moment, it's every other month, and we will move more to monthly meetings just to the end of this year, I think, just to keep on updates, but we'll talk about that a bit later. So just a few introductions. For those that don't know me, my name's Christine Littlewood. I'm the Community Development Lead here at Urban and Civic. I'm based at Wintringham in the black container office that I'm sure many of you have walked past opposite the school if you're heading down to the toddler park or joining the leisure route. I'm joined by my colleague, Paul. Paul, do you want to introduce
Evening, everybody.
And we have our trustee Residents Association with us. I think we have full contingent this evening. So I don't know if Matt, Scott, Jan, if you want to say hi.
Hi. You have got all of us tonight, so we will all have our little spot to say hello.
In full force. Love it. So this evening, we hope not to keep you too long. Just to give you an idea of the format, we will have an update from the Residents Association. We are tonight just going to update you a little bit on the Cambridge Roadworks and Pelham Roundabout, which is, I know a lot of you are aware of, that it's coming our way. So Paul will do a brief overview on that. And as I say, there will be lots of communications around that. So we'll keep you informed as those works go on. And then we'll finish off with some community and development updates as well, just to let you know on events happening and things like that. So hopefully keep you all informed. As always, please do ask questions. Don't be afraid to put your camera on and let us know how we can answer anything. And as always, there's the chat function if you want to pop something in there. Super. So without further ado, I shall turn the time over to the Wintringham Resident Association. I don't know who's going to start, if it's
I will start.
Matt.
Yes, thank you. Hi. So before we start the official update, we shared some really sad news yesterday. Matt, so our original Neighbourhood Watch, our original WRA chair is stepping down. So he's moving away from Wintringham. So I'm sure you'll agree it's a really sad move. Matt, have you got a little speech ready to say your goodbyes?
Tissues at the ready.
Yeah, there's no speech plan. Just want to say thank you everyone for first of all making me feel welcome, getting involved, and really helping make this community as awesome as it is. I'm not saying any more than that, other than to put my full support behind Scott and the team to carry on the excellent work that they're already doing without me, really. And I'll be in touch anyway. But yes, thank you very much, Scott. Back to you.
I don't think you've sold yourself well enough there, Matt. So anyone that's lived on Wintringham for a little while knows that Matt is probably was one of our founding families on Wintringham. So he's lived here from day dot. And I'm hoping you'll all agree that the impact that he's had on the community has been amazing. So not only did he set up the WRA, he also recruited a great team. So like he said, the Wintringham is in great hands. So let's see how the future goes. And I'm sure everyone will miss him, Vicky and Chester when they do leave. If you go on to the next slide, Christine. So thank you, Matt, anyway. Appreciate everything.
Thank you.
So for those of you that are new to Wintringham or haven't been on one of the calls before, we are the Wintringham Residents Association. So who are we and what do we do? So we are a group of volunteers. So we live all over Wintringham, basically with an aim to make our community grow and be better. So I always tell people when I joined or why I joined was when I lived back in Hertford before I moved to Wintringham. I used to live in a terraced house, which was like 30 centimetres away from my next door neighbour. And we only ever used to nod, say hello and walk past each other. It was never like a friendly community. So I told my partner when we moved here, I wanted to make sure that we set that foundation to build a really strong community. And that's my aim. So if you want to be part of that, if you feel the same, then do reach out. We'll be sharing how to join and how you want to how you can reach out shortly. Obviously, we've got cameras on. You can write in the comments or shout out as well wherever you go. However, whatever slide we're on, just shout out if you've got any questions. If you want to move on, Christine. So we've already got some changes. So we've started to update our website. So hopefully, if you go on there now, you've got a little QR code. Our most frequently asked questions for new residents: when's my bins getting collected, and what's going on with the broadband on Wintringham. We've updated that. That's all on the website. It's really easy to access, as well as all of our events and news is all going on there almost daily at the moment, it feels. So do sign up if you want to be in the know. And then we've also got a number of WhatsApp groups and communities which you can join, which is all available from that website. Christine, next. So I believe I am handing over to Jan, who will talk about our Christine, who will talk about our Residents Association, our independent community forum that we held a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jan. Yeah, we had our first independent forum last a couple of weeks or a few weeks ago now. It went really well. We had over 17 participants, which was really good for just a Wintringham Residents Association only meeting. We've never had that numbers before, so it was really good. We had lots of questions and lots of suggestions, and we've also had lots of updates since then, which I'm sure Cyprian and Maria will speak to, and of course Scott. We also had lots of suggestions or really great ideas for other events like open gardens, etc., which we really liked that idea of. So if you have any cool, interesting events or ideas or suggestions, please give us a shout or email, and also turn up to the next independent forum, which is on the 23rd of October at 19:30. That's all from me. I think I'm handing over to Scott now.
To me. Thank you, Christine. So events for August / September. So our sunflower competition came to an end. So we started our sunflower competition back in March, where we had loads of families join in. Each family got a little goodie bag, so hopefully you remember. We've recently announced our winners, so congratulations to both winners. We had the biggest flower and tallest plant, absolutely massive. The tallest plant, you can see Vicky standing there. My sunflower didn't get above my knees, so I don't know what you were feeding it, but well done. The winners won a little trophy, a box of chocolates, and some sunflowers, because you've been putting so much effort into your sunflowers the last couple of months. I thought I'd give you some for your table. So well done, our sunflower competition winners. Next slide, Christine. So I think what we've all been waiting for this evening, we don't really care about any other news, is the Scarecrow Festival results. So I'm happy to announce that number one, who is the builder up the ladder, won with 20 votes. So congratulations to number one. I did have concerns after I'd posted it because I'd done the like, and I was worried that people might just be liking the post. So rest assured, I did reach out to everybody that liked the post to make sure they were voting for the Scarecrow number one, and they assured me they were. So number one, Bob the Builder / Carla Snags Personnel won the Scarecrow competition. So well done. We'll be reaching out shortly. However, everybody that took part will be getting a little box of chocolates as a thank you and a well done as well. So we aim to build slightly on this next year, but thank you for everyone that took part. It was lovely to see them out. Next, please. So what's coming next? So we're heading into spooky season, which is my favorite time of the year. So in October last year, we did the pumpkin trail, which went really well. So we'll be aiming to replicate that, which we'll talk about on the next slide. We've also got another idea to do on one of the green spaces, as well as linking into Loves Farm, who have their annual Halloween disco. So I hear it sells out really quickly. So if you are interested in in a disco, then do jump on the Loves Farm Community Association. I'll share the link for Loves Farmhouse. It looks really good. I can't wait to go. November, we then move into the joint event with Urban Civic, which is Diwali, which again last year was amazing. So if you can attend, please attend, but we will share a bit more detail later in the month. And then we move into Christmas, where we've got a few things planned to make it extra special this year. Next, Christine. So I believe this is my last slide, so you don't have to hear my voice anymore, but this is where you can start signing up for the pumpkin trail. So we have got quite a few more residents this year than what we did when I did it last year. So I'm setting it up a little bit earlier. So if you are interested in being in part of the pumpkin trail, please do sign up. I will be sharing this via all of our social medias and the website shortly. So the idea of this is if you're looking to welcome trick-or-treaters to your house, you can sign up. You'll get a little pumpkin on your house on a map with the idea of encouraging people to only visit houses with a pumpkin. So if you're not comfortable or don't want to be part of trick-or-treating this year, you won't have a pumpkin and hopefully people won't knock on your door. So you can sit and finish Emmerdale without being interrupted. So that's the idea of pumpkin trail. It worked really well last year. Like I said, we've got a few more things, a few more ideas because I do love Halloween. So let's see how that progresses. And now I believe I'm handing over to Cyprian to talk about Neighbourhood Watch.
Oops, sorry.
Thank you. Cyprian, you there?
Sorry, I was on pause. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cyprian. For all those who don't know me, the neighborhood, one of the two neighborhood watch coordinators for Wintringham residents, Wintringham, the old Wintringham development community or neighborhood. So I'm going to go through the updates this evening. First thing, I just want to let everybody know that the neighborhood signs are up. Do we have any photos of them, Scott? Any photos of the neighborhood?
No, they're being shared on the website.
Oh, they've been
Cyprian.
shared on the website. So we have 4 signs up at the moment. One on Pelham Road, one on Brett Road, one on Nutfield Road, and one along the foot trail adjacent to Ware Crescent and that full trail between Ware Crescent and Cranbridge Road. The next thing I would like to say to everyone is join and support the Neighborhood Watch Association. We are encouraging residents of Wintringham to join the Wintringham Neighborhood Watch Association by following the website, the links / websites that you see on the screen. All you have to do when you go on the website is enter your postcode and select Wintringham as your scheme, or you can do the scan me and it will take you again directly to the website. You just have to just put in where it says enter your postcode and select your scheme. With regards to going down to at crime and antisocial behavior, we have been experiencing quite a bit of antisocial behavior in the area, particularly on the Wintringham side. On the Wintringham on the Kala development side is kind of on the rise. We have been having some problems on the Kala development, which has been reported on the www.camspolice.co .police.uk website. We have been calling, a few people, myself, I've been calling 101 and making reports. Some of the issues that we are facing are our loud music. Just to give you an idea, crowd of youngsters congregating and fighting. There was a couple of fights at a party just recently. We have quite a few youngsters. They are not from the area that has been congregating around the pond, bicycle blocking the footpath, and what have you. The third thing have on my list as a rise in antisocial behavior is dog fouling in front of residents' gates on and on the footpath and on the walking trail. That's been a big issue. It's something we have to see to put a clamp on. I refuse to believe that it's any of our residents dog owners who are walking the dogs, and I feel that it's people that is coming from, because we have people that use outside the community that uses the walking trail a lot. We just have to, I don't know how we're going to tackle it, but it's something that we have to put a clamp on. Saying that I'm not leaving it open, I'm going to come up with something between myself and Scott and the team. I'll get some advice, and we need to come up with something. It's really getting bad. I got a couple of calls, people saying to me that, you know, people have been allowing the dogs to fall in front of their gates. With regards to antisocial behavior, we have been advised to report loud music to the council. This is coming from the Cambridgeshire police, Cambridgeshire police, that we are to make any antisocial behavior with regards to loud music or loud noise to the council. Still on non-emergency criminal activities, we need to report all non-emergency through 101 or the website. You will receive a crime number. If you don't report not report these crimes or these antisocial behavior, they won't be recorded. I know there's been a lot of things that's been going on, and one of the things is that, you know, speaking to PCSO Dan, is people are sending messages to him and what have you. Just let you know, if it's not reported, PCSO Dan cannot. There's nothing he can do about it. If it's not in the system reported with details, he doesn't have anything to go off.
Do you want me to drop to the next slide?
Pardon me?
Do you want me to drop to the next slide? You just finished the last one?
Yes, if you don't mind, please. Okay. So yes, I think I did cover this, did join us. So I think I did cover that. Was this all these flat slides, Scott? Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, so that is it. With regards to community engagement and so forth, coming in the future, coming up, hopefully by January, I'll start to do my rounds again. I'd stop because I'd run out of flyers. So in January, I want to just give it a rest for the rest of the year, and just concentrate on the events that are coming up with the WRA team. But in January, I'll start to do my rounds again as soon as I get some flyers, going around, popping flyers through your doors to your residents. You might hear me knock. Please don't ignore me. Just come out and talk to me. But yes, I think that's it from me.
Thanks, Cyprian. So now we've got an update from Maria, who is our treasurer. Just a quick check-in on our funding for the WRA. Maria,
Hi, everyone. In a true numbers person fashion, it will be short and sweet and to the point. Nothing really has changed since last time we had the update. So just to recap, there's kind of two main areas we spend the money on: ongoing running costs such as maintenance of the website, email, insurance, that kind of thing. And the more fun part of things is events. So far we're keeping on track and on budget, and the next 3 events coming up, which Scott mentioned, Halloween, Diwali, and Diwali and Christmas, then there'll be budget allocated to those events. But yeah, so far so good. Thanks. Christine, over to you.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Did you have any quick final closing remarks, Scott?
No. As Maria has just said, we have got a budget for this year. So if you can think of any events that you'd like to do throughout the year, please let us know. We'll also be applying for budget for next year as well. So if there's anything that you would like to see us doing, please do reach out and we can go and look for funding in order to do that. Next year, we'll be moving into a position where we'll have a pot of money which residents can bid. So if you're looking to set up a club, so we're looking at a gardening club seems to be quite popular, or some kind of activity, then you can kind of pop along to one of our meetings, bid for some money, and we can see where we can support you. So hopefully it will get a little bit fluid with that next year. We've got lots of stuff in the pipeline that we're working on, so please do reach out if you would like to help us, and we will share some details after this call. And I'm sure when Christine posts the recording, we'll be able to add on to there as well. So thank you to my team for turning up today, and thank you, Matt, again. We wish you all the best. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks very much, Scott. And just to echo that as well, Matt, thanks very much. I know we started this journey together, so thank you very much. It's been great from Urban and Civic side to have someone like yourself to set up a residents association so early on. And I'm sure the legacy will be built on by the guys here. So I know you're not going immediately, but please keep in touch and let us know how you're getting on. Laura, did you have your hand? Sorry, I'm just trying to keep an eye on
That's okay.
Pat and everything as well.
I'm just going to add to the Matt love in here and say, Matt, I can remember when you first moved in and you came to talk to us over on Love's Farm about some ideas. And then, all the hard work you put into that first meeting we had at the school, the first meeting of what became the Residents Association. So as the chair of the Love's Farm Community Association, I know just how much hard work it could be keeping things together. So well done, and thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, so just to update on some community news and some events going forward. So if my screen is behaving, whoa. Okay, so just a kind of quick roundup from now until the end of the year. They'll obviously be peppered with some other events that the Resident Association are doing, and we'll obviously look at holding some extra ones as well. But the key ones we have in October, we have our Heritage Archaeology Day again on the 14th of October. That's held at the school, proven really popular in the past 2 years. So do come along. There'll be a door drop being sent shortly, and as always, information about events will be put on the Wintringham community Facebook page as well. So it's a great day for the family, children as well. There's some great activities that they can take part in, and we can share with the story so far on the archaeology story of Wintringham, with some new finds from the team there. So that will take place on the 14th. Just on some dates regarding the development, I know we've been sort of hoping to give you a little bit more green space and open up some of those key areas. We're looking for October half term, depending on weather again, but we're looking to open up the temporary pop-up green space. We'll be laying some turf down there. This is the area kind of behind the Urban and Civic office, and as you're coming up from the leisure route, so there'll be an area of green there that you can use. I know we're going into autumn and winter, but hoping in sort of warmer months, it's just an area that you can use to take the children, have picnics, but I'm sure feel free to take dogs there and sort of meet during the next few months. And Currington Green, as some of you are aware, this is the green space that you can access coming off Pelham Road, walking towards the school past the Stone Bond parcel. We'll hopefully be opening that. You won't be able to rejoin the route down to the school, but it will hopefully give you some access off Pelham Road and just to be able to use a little bit more green space on your walking routes, and just to open up if children wanted to play down there as well. Both of those, again, I will update. Stay tuned, I'll post something on the Facebook page and we'll keep you up to date on what those dates look like. November, as you mentioned, Diwali, we hosted the celebration last year for the first time in the area and hosted it at Wintringham. Key for Wintringham residents, really. So again, Urban and Civic are really happy and proud to support the Resident Association, financially supporting that and putting resource on there to make that a really lovely event. So we already have the team set up and we're working on that. So Jan, Scott and myself will be hopefully sharing some news on that coming forward. As always, the Christmas event on the plaza will have a brass band and some mulled wine and some food, as always. So we had snow last year, which was great, very Christmassy, but we'll certainly hope for another sort of event this year that will be just as good, and I'll share details on that too. And really just to say, don't forget, we're bringing food trucks every Friday to the plaza from 5 to 8. So we're trying to keep that variety open. The more footfall we get for them, the longer we can keep them. So if you haven't had a chance or would like to try them, please do. And obviously really open to feedback. So do let me know how you're finding those. And we'll sort of keep going with those as long as people enjoy them. Okay, so I just also wanted to mention, as most of you are aware, if not all of you, we are doing the Quality of Life Foundation. So this is an independent survey that Quality of Life Foundation do on our behalf. It's completely independent of Urban and Civic. It finishes on the 9th of October. It's been a 3-month survey, and it's really based on just your feedback on lived experiences of being residents, and we will have all of that information that will be brought to us, and we will hopefully report back to you sort of towards the end of the year. November would be the time we'd like to share that with you. So please do fill that survey in. You can do it online. You've had a flyer through the door. I will post the link and the QR code again on the Facebook page. But we'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to write anything you want. The more you tell us, the more we can help support you and hopefully build a really great community going forward. Just admit. And the link is down there as well. But yeah, please do, and we'll feedback on that as and when that finishes. So just a quick touch base on the leisure route. For those of you that are new to Wintringham, I know we've had quite a few residents move in recently. We opened up certainly phase 1 of the leisure route. So I know people are enjoying that. Just to let people know that it's now open. It's about a 3.5-kilometre loop. It joins alongside the public rights of ways, but you can now do a completely full loop. And we'll update as the months progress as to when other elements of that can open towards next year. And hopefully we can share some of those with you. Speed monitoring, I know, is a hot topic for everyone. Just to say that we finally have now confirmed our speed identification devices, as they're called. So they will be installed in the next couple of weeks. We're going to alternate them between Pelham Road and Brett Road. So we're going to gather data on both of those roads, really, and just have an idea of what against perception, against reality, what speeding there is, how often, so we can understand that a little bit more and share that feedback with you. So it's I think everyone can sort of take a part in that as well, and be mindful of speeding on the development, but we'll certainly sort of work towards that and share some of those findings with you. Okay, so that was my whistle-stop tour of community. Just going to hand over to Paul now, who will give some development updates and also talk you through an overview of Cambridge Road and Pelham, which I know a few of you are quite interested to hear. So thank you, and turn the time over to you, Paul.
Thanks, Christine. Evening, everybody. So as Christine said, this is sort of a brief update on the Pelham Road roundabout. It's quite a bit of a big feast of engineering. There's lots of parties involved. As you can see, that's what it currently looks like, the existing road layout with the road junction there to Pelham Road. The works are due to start on the 16th of October. They're not definitely confirmed because there's lots of parties involved. Highways, Cambridge County Council, ourselves, Gallagher Estates as well are also involved. So trying to get all those pieces together has been difficult. So it is due to start on the 16th, but it could easily be moved, backwards. It's expected to last 36 weeks. There is a short break at Christmas time over the Christmas period. But we'll keep you updated on those as it happens. And the main contractor is a company called Natta, who've done quite a lot of work and very experienced in this as well. Next slide, please, Christine. So what's going to happen? So on the other side of Wintringham is going to be a new development, the Gallagher Estates, that also developed Love's Farm. There's going to be a new development there called Monk's Field. There's going to be 3 additional junctions. They call these bell mouths. There's also going to be a new roundabout that's going to go in the Pelham Road. And there'll be a spur off there also into Monk's Field. There's also going to be some new cycle paths. There'll be bus stops and there'll be some crossing points as well to get from the Wintringham side over to Monk's Field when it's developed. So that's the sort of rough view of the new road layout, as you can see there. Next slide, please, Christine. You may see before the contractors start, they will be sort of doing setting up some preliminary compounds, some temporary compounds, just to get their equipment on site. This slide's slightly out of date because when it was produced, it was going to happen on Monday. That has now been pushed back. It may be Monday the 9th, but it's still unclear. But as you come down the Cambridge Road to the right-hand side, there'll be a compound set up there. You may see some vehicles taking out some of the tree stumps where they've been sort of removing some of where the trial holes were. And as I say, up at the top, the right, to the north of the Cambridge Road, there will be another compound there. There may also be some compounds on the south side, but I haven't got an update of when they're going to be. That's really to stop plant crossing the Cambridge Road. So they've got plant on both sides. It means they can work on both sides of the road without having to stop the road and have plant crossing it. It just speeds up the whole process. The working hours be a maximum of 7:30 in the morning till 6 at night, depending on what time of day or when that's going to be. But there'll be more updates about that when they're going to start as we go forward. Next slide, please, Christine. So, you know, no one likes roadworks. It's being brought forward. There will be obviously some delays and some diversions as we go through it. But the benefits that we'll get when it's finished will be the new roundabout, as opposed to having that T junction out of Pelham Road. When it's complete, it'll be a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. And of course, there will be, slower traffic going across Cambridge Road. It's a pretty fast road at the moment because of the new speed limit. So, as I say, there'll be cycleways as well, and there'll be bus stops. And so, I think that the benefits when it's finished will outweigh the pain, if you like, of what we could experience with maybe some slight delays as we go through the process. Next slide, please, Christine. Okay, so for those people that are new residents today, let's look at sort of the bigger picture about Wintringham. Phase 1 began in 2019 and it will deliver 1,600 homes when it's complete. There'll be a primary school, a district centre. The district centre will be behind our Wintringham office. And there'll also be a total of 5 kilometres of leisure routes. You can see there the sort of makeup and the different phases to the bottom right of that diagram as we go forward. So it's going to be quite a big picture and a great new development. Next slide, please, Christine. So when it is finished over 3 phases, phase 1 is obviously working on now. It will have up to 2,800 homes, a district centre, another primary school. It'll have more commercial, 600,000 feet of commercial space. On that district centre, there will be eventually some retail outlets and a community centre. There'll also be a hopefully quite a large supermarket supermarket that will be there as well. But that's what's in the planning, and that's what we're working towards. And of course, yeah, roads, pedestrian routes, and cycle routes, and lots of green spaces, wildlife habitats, and allotments that will be coming forward as well. This picture just shows you a bit more of a layout of phase 1. You can see the different parcels that the house builders are working on. The latest one there is Stonebond in the middle, and you can see where the school is and where the district centre is going to be, that top left. And this sort of lays out the whole sort of site as you can see it as it starts to build. Next slide, please, Christine. Yeah, just one final thing. You may have noticed that we've got some gym equipment, some fitness stations that are strategically placed around the leisure route. There is one station that's been positioned sort of to the northeast side, and we have had some objections to this installation from some of the residents. Just for the experience, I look after Alconbury as well. We had a situation where we had some objections to some play equipment that we put in. So we removed it, and then other residents complained that we'd removed it. So just to make sure that we're getting a balanced view on what residents want, we're going to seeking residents' views on what their thoughts are about the locations of this particular gym equipment. In the next sort of week or so, there'll be a card going through people's letterboxes to scan a QR code, and there'll be a series of questions that will be anonymous questions or anonymous for people to engage in the questionnaire about what their views are about whether it should be removed, whether they use it, whether they like it, whether they live here, and they will be collated, and from there we'll be able to get a better view of what residents would like and whether they feel it's too near to other residents' houses. You can also, if you haven't got a QR code, there'll be an address of where you can complete that online questionnaire as well. And for those people that don't have access to a computer, if you can email or call in, we can post one out to you to complete in a hard copy. So you'll soon see that coming through your letterboxes in the next few days. I think that's it for me. I think Christine, the next slide. Any sort of questions?
Yeah, I was just having a look on the chat. So Cyprian was just asking about working hours at weekends. But I was also going to say, I didn't know if you wanted to mention just kind of further communications on this, on that we're doing FAQs and a website and information for door drops. So it's something that we are really supporting on communications with, and we hopefully will let you have that information very, very soon.
Yeah, there will be a frequently asked questions on the website. There'll be more information on the website. That's why we're also going to have the Residents Association every month, because we'll get updates as and when and different phases. So it'll be over about 12 different phases, and they'll be doing different things. It's not just putting the road, making it slightly wider and putting the bell mouths in and the roundabout. There's an awful lot of utilities being placed in down the side of the road as well. And for people that live, I think it's Coles Walk, there's a telegraph pole with mains electrics that's going to be removed and be replaced underground. So it's quite a bit, it's quite a big job. So there will be updates on Facebook. There will be frequently asked questions, and also be information on the website.
Great, thank you. Did anyone have any particular questions about anything that we've kind of gone through this evening, or anything else I'd like to raise as we're all together here, both for the Resident Association and also for ourselves as Urban and Civic? Oh, okay, it's popped up in the chat.
Sorry, just to go back to the weekend work, I believe it's going to be Saturday mornings, could be 7:30 till about lunchtime. It depends also the type of whether whether they'll be working on the road or off the road. So if they're working on the carriageway, those hours are shorter. If they're working off the carriageways, those hours could be slightly longer in terms of the early start. So, as I say, when we know more information on what phase is happening and when, we'll be able to let you know when those hours are going to be.
Okay, great. Just reading a message from Nigel. A lot of trees were recently removed from the development. I understand these will have been due to them being dead. Are they going to be replaced? Regarding large gaps in landscaping. So yes, actually we have landscapers on site. We have quite an intense landscaping program coming into October. There is quite a new planting season, and all the trees are under review and assessment. I can get some more information on that and get some more details and share that with you next time. But yes, a lot of that will be fulfilled, and tree planting will obviously carry on through those seasons. But happy to provide more information on the next forum around that if that's of interest to you.
Just to build on that, Christine, I've also reached out to the housing developers. So there's a number of dead trees on the Morris development and Carla. So both green spaces, it doesn't look like any of the trees have taken. So I have reached out to the developers to see what their plan is as well. So those areas are not managed by Encore just yet. So we just want to make sure that the housing developers are doing what they should be doing and providing us with a lovely green space. So hopefully we'll have some more answers, and I'm sure Christine will help me out with that anyway, as you always do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really good point, Scott, is if you're referring to any particular planting on landscaping specifically on the housing parcels, that would be directly with them, that you can follow up through their customer care team. Obviously on the wider development that's followed up currently with Encore Estate Management, that's us, and I can certainly share that information with you. But between the two of us, we can obviously give you some answers there. And Laura had her hand up again. Laura, please.
Yes, I have some good news to share about buses. So the number 18 bus route, which stops at the stop right outside Wintringham, has added one earlier service in the day, in the morning. And why this is such good news is it means that you can now reach Camborne Regional College, Comberton, and pretty close to Hill Roads in Cambridge as well. So it opens up some more options for sixth form for our young people, where they would be able to get there in time on the bus. So that was a few weeks ago, but as our buses become reviewed over time, I'll try to keep putting a word in for that, but that's a really important connection for us.
That's great. Thanks, Laura. And then just as we touched on, so we would normally do this as every other month, but we will just do a bit of a Cambridge Road update next month again. So we'll use the same time as we would for the Joint Community Forum. So the next meeting will be Thursday, the 26th of October. I will send details out. So that'll just be a quick check-in, and we can update you. Obviously, with the Resident Association, if you want to join that too. Laura, if there's any other points you want to bring while we're sharing information and communicating, just want to keep all channels open and answer questions and support where we can. So thank you, everyone. If there's no other chat, if I've missed anything, please do shout. But if there isn't anything for now, thanks ever so much for giving up some of your evening and joining us. I shall post some updates tomorrow on Facebook, and we look forward to speaking to you really soon. Thanks,
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.